Yeah, as you can see, this is Manchester United's final training session before, well, their biggest game of the season as they travel out to Athletic Club later today. And as you can see, Ahmad is out there training with the Manchester United squad. He's been out with injury since pretty much, the beginning of February, and he was arguably in the form of his career when he picked up that injury. You can see him chatting there to Lenny Yoro. So a huge boost for Manchester United. We will hear from Ruben Amorim a little bit later on when they arrive in the Basque Country, Manchester United, about whether the Ivorian will be available to play. Like I said, he hasn't played since the start of February, but there must be a temptation to potentially bring him in off the bench if Manchester United need a goal, considering, obviously, look, this is a huge game for the club as they try to get into the Champions League via winning the Europa League. Eagle-eyed of you may have been able to spot as well, Matthijs Ligt is also out there training with Manchester United. So two big boosts for United ahead of this trip to the Basque Country. Look, obviously we know Manchester United's form in the Premier League hasn't been what they want it to be, but the two players there at the back are about to run the gauntlet. Will be very happy to be doing so. As you can see, the spirits are high. The players are very, very happy to have their dynamic duo back. They will be, obviously, look, they want options at the back. It's interesting with Manchester United, considering, obviously, look, defensively they've had key injuries all season. Having to look back for this game means they have more versatility if they want to play potentially Mazraoui either at centre-back or at right-back in the absence of Diallo. And, of course, obviously the fact that Luke Shaw has just played his first Manchester United full 90 minutes for more than a year as well. So Manchester United finally have some more options at the back. Now Matthijs Ligt is back. But I think the one thing that will get Manchester United fans excited is the return of Ahmad. Look, he was obviously playing lights out, wasn't he? At some points, he was the most threatening attacker that Manchester United had before he picked up that injury. He pretty much got them through some dark times in January, especially. We've only got to think about his superstar performance against Southampton at Old Trafford. Then when they looked like they were struggling. We will be back to Manchester United training here in the sunshine. But like I said, two boosts, Ahmad and Ligt, back for United.
It's always nice to have a boost on a Wednesday morning, Anton.
As you can see, out there training right now are two players that have been missing for the last few weeks. Ahmad is out there training. He hasn't been seen since the beginning of February. He's been out with an ankle injury, and you've got to remember how great his form was before he picked up that nasty knock. Obviously, look, he scored 6 Premier League goals, but look, he was just a standout player in terms of not just on the field, but I think hope around Old Trafford during some particularly dark times at the start of 2025. We'll find out from Ruben Amorim just how match ready he is when they get to the Basque Country a little bit later on. The other player who's out there, who hasn't been seen for a little while, is Matthijs Ligt. He's also been out with an ankle problem, but he is back out there. You can see him training out there in the middle of that group. They're chasing the ball around. Manchester United will be hoping he isn't doing too much of that come tomorrow night against Athletic Club.